American comedy television series Lizzie McGuire premiered on Disney Channel on January 12, 2001. It was launched as a special sneak preview following the premiere of the film Zenon, the Zequel, then officially premiered the following week on January 19, 2001. The series, created by Terry Minsky, follows 13-year-old Lizzie McGuire, played by Hilary Duff, a shy and clumsy girl who struggles to navigate middle school with her best friends, David Gordo Gordon, played by Adam Lamberg, and Miranda Sanchez, played by Lelaine. While Lizzie is faced with the usual personal and social issues of adolescence, she's given a myriad of visual effects to tell her story, including an animated counterpart, voiced by Hilary, who is free to express what the real Lizzie can't. She has a close relationship with her family, which includes her mother Jo, played by Haley Todd, her father Sam, played by Robert Carradine, and her younger brother Matt, played by Jake Thomas. When Terry first pitched Disney the idea for a show called What's Lizzie Thinking, she'd crafted a script about a high school-age Lizzie featuring a voiceover that gave insight into Lizzie's thoughts. But Disney wanted something that would appeal to a slightly younger audience. So Terry retooled the pilot script to focus on a middle school Lizzie, while executive producer Stan Rogoff and Disney exec Gary Marsh came up with the idea of a cartoon alter ego who could dramatically illustrate whatever dilemma Lizzie was facing. The series was a go. Before shooting the pilot, however, Terry stepped away, opting instead to work on ABC's short-lived The Gina Davis Show. That left Stan and fellow executive producer Susan Estelle Jansen to turn Terry's initial Lizzie idea and script into a 65-episode series that would captivate the Y2K generation. Stan spoke to Vice in 2021 about how things began to fall into place. "One day, I ended up watching a German movie called Run Lola Run, and it blew me away. It's a piece of odd experimental filmmaking, but all of a sudden, it opened up a style that led to Lizzie McGuire, which had very aggressive cutting and random digital stills thrown in wherever we wanted. The rule was simple: if it's funny, we get to do it." The audition process was taken very seriously. The producers had a lot riding on the show, and they needed just the right actress to play their title role. They wanted someone who stood out from the crowd, but who was still able to be the all-American every girl. It wasn't easy to find someone like that, until Hilary Duff walked into the room. Stan told Entertainment Weekly, "We were looking for an average girl defined by what she wasn't. She wasn't the popular girl, she wasn't the diva, she wasn't the jock. She was just Lizzie." Years later, Hilary confessed she did a terrible job in her audition. She'd actually considered quitting the acting business altogether after getting fired from a show called Daddy-O. So she didn't take the audition seriously. But Terry Minsky saw potential in her and reached out. It still took several rounds of auditions for the Lizzie McGuire producers to decide on an actress to play their leading lady. Not only did Hilary have to read lines with other actors, she had to prove that she could do voiceover work for those moments when the script called for the animated Lizzie to speak. Animator Deborah Solomon designed the animated version of Lizzie, based on Hilary's appearance on her audition tape. Rather than drawing a mere caricature of Hilary, she tried to capture the actress's essence by giving Lizzie's alter ego a more hip look. With the exception of Ashley Brilalt, who played Mean Girl Kate, and was by all accounts actually incredibly kind and non-threatening in real life, the lines between fiction and reality on the show were blurred. Adam was a student at the Bronx High School of Science when he landed the part of brainy, quick-witted Gordo, because he essentially already embodied the character. When Haley was running late to her Lizzie audition, she tossed her hair up with some clips and put on her trusty fake glasses that she wore whenever she wanted to hide tired eyes. That hairstyle and those same plastic prop frames became Mrs. McGuire's signature look. From day one, Hilary felt at home on the Lizzie McGuire set. She loved her co-stars, especially Lelaine and Adam, and they quickly became sort of like her surrogate family. But her schedule didn't allow time for her to sit and hang out. She was in the majority of scenes in each episode. That meant memorizing a lot of lines and spending a tremendous amount of time on the set. She told Girls Life, "I get up at 5:30 a.m., so I'm on the set by 7 a.m. Then it's wardrobe, hair, and makeup until 8:30. Then I either begin 3 hours of schoolwork with my tutor or shoot our first scene. 30 minutes for lunch, then animated Lizzie lines in the studio, back to shooting, and we end around 4:30. I have homework, lines to learn, and tie bow. I get to bed by 9:30. After the show hit the airwaves, it was an instant success. Kids everywhere could relate to Lizzie's problems with her younger brother Matt, her arguments with her evil nemesis Kate, and her crush on the junior high hottie, Ethan, played by Clayton Snyder. More importantly, kids saw themselves reflected in the character of Lizzie McGuire, and that made them love her. Stan Rogoff told Vice that he'd initially been told by Disney execs that if the show could pull 1 million viewers per episode, they'd consider it a hit. Instead, the series quickly began averaging around 2.3 million viewers and became the most watched show on the network, surpassing even Stevens, which had debuted to great success several months prior. Lizzie was bigger than anyone dreamed. In fact, the show's appeal had quickly stretched beyond the assumed audience of 11 to 14-year-olds. College students had Lizzie McGuire viewing parties in their dorms, and parents made it appointment viewing with their kids. Then, in May 2003, after weeks of hostile negotiations over Hilary's future career, she and the Walt Disney Company confirmed that they were splitting up, amid accusations of greed and squandered opportunities. Struggling to shore up its bottom line, Disney was eager to keep alive its most successful homegrown franchise in years. The company had planned another movie for Hilary, as well as a possible Lizzie in high school sitcom for Disney's struggling television network ABC. But Hilary was at a crossroads, looking to expand beyond her role as an awkward and lovable middle schooler that brought her fame on the small and big screens. Despite last-ditch attempts by top Disney executives and Hilary's lawyer to keep her in the corporate family, efforts at the reconciliation failed when the actress's representatives turned down the company's offer for a movie sequel and a new TV series aimed at a slightly older crowd. Hilary wanted at least $100,000 an episode, considerably more than the $15,000 per show she was paid for the Disney Channel series, according to sources close to the Duffs. Disney apparently offered the actress $35,000 an episode, which she rejected as insultingly low. When the Lizzie movie opened May 2nd with an impressive $17.4 million in ticket sales, the idea of a sequel gathered momentum. According to sources close to the negotiations, Disney refused to pay Hilary the $5 million she was seeking. 1 week later, Disney put a final offer on the table. For her first Lizzie film, Hilary received $1 million. This time, sources said Disney agreed to pay her $4 million as an advance against 4% of the studio's gross receipts on the film. Disney also agreed to pay her a $500,000 bonus if the first movie grossed at least $50 million at the box office. The deal, they said, broke down that same day when Hilary's representatives demanded that the $500,000 bonus be paid regardless of the film's performance. Disney refused, and the talks ended. Lizzie McGuire officially concluded on February 14, 2004. It was nominated for 2 Emmy Awards in 2003 and 2004 for Outstanding Children's Program. The series also received various awards and nominations at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards from 2002 to 2005. Throughout the early 2000s, the series' popularity led Disney to release merchandise, including a series of books and comics, a Lizzie McGuire character doll, a bedroom set, board games, and video games. 2 soundtracks for the series were also produced. Fortune estimated that during this period, Lizzie McGuire merchandise had earned nearly $100 million. Now, let's get into some fun facts about Lizzie McGuire. Due to the low budget given by Disney, there are only 2 minutes of animated Lizzie in each episode. Some of the other actresses who went out for the role of Lizzie include Lindsay Lohan, Sarah Paxton, and Haley Hirsch. Costume designer Kimberly Adams sourced pieces for Lizzie's wardrobe from Forever 21, Paul Frank, Bubblegum, and other popular yet accessible brands. One of the reasons Hilary may have ultimately landed the job was her sense of style. Disney's former president of entertainment, Rich Ross, actually told Newsweek that they called her in 4 times, not because she was doing anything wrong, because since she wore such great outfits, they wanted to see what she'd come in with next. Hilary later revealed she used her clothes as a way to make herself stand out from the hundreds of others auditioning. The network initially pushed back when the writers wanted to do an episode about Lizzie buying her first bra. Interestingly enough, it turned out to be one of the most memorable episodes for Hilary. Lalaine's character Miranda did not appear in the last 5 episodes filmed for the 2nd season, or the Lizzie McGuire movie, due to Lalaine leaving the series early to work on other projects. Several months after the series concluded, a pilot for an intended spin-off was ordered, which was to center on Miranda's younger sister, Stevie Sanchez, and her Latino family. The series would follow the 12-year-old central character, who was played in the pilot by Selena Gomez, and would also feature an animated version of the character like Lizzie. A pilot was put together, but the series wasn't picked up in favor of Hannah Montana. In August 2019, it was announced that Disney was developing a revival television series of Lizzie McGuire. It was revealed to be in production for exclusive distribution on the Disney Plus streaming service, with Hilary Duff reprising her role as the title character as a 30-year-old millennial navigating life in New York City. She was also to serve as an executive producer. Original series creator Terry Minsky planned to serve as the revival's showrunner. Over the coming months, it was also announced that Jake Thomas, Haley Todd, Robert Carradine, and Adam Lambert would also return to the series, reprising their roles as Matt McGuire, Joe McGuire, Sam McGuire, and Gordo, respectively. However, in January 2020, Terry Minsky departed as the showrunner after the first 2 episodes of the series had already been filmed, due to creative differences with Disney. Production of the series was placed on a hiatus. In February, Hilary hinted on social media that production had stopped because the series was not thought family-friendly enough by Disney Plus executives. Later, she posted a statement on her Instagram asking that the revival be moved from Disney Plus to Hulu, stating that it would allow the series to fully represent the life of a 30-year-old without the constraints of a family-friendly classification. Sadly, on December 16, 2020, Hilary announced that the revival was officially canceled. Currently, Lizzie McGuire is available for streaming on Disney Plus.